Well, hello everybody. Hope everyone's having a wonderful afternoon, morning, evening, wherever ever you may be. As for us, we're heading to We Have Yharnam at Home. As after last night, turn off this audio. There we go. As after last night, in dealing with the absolute monstrosity that was Ninja Gaiden 3's endgame, let's just say I'm ready and excited to head into some familiar territory and a game that I know I am going to enjoy more. This is Lies of P. If you're not familiar, basically this is a Souls-like, basically very reminiscent of stuff like Bloodborne and all that came out. It was either last year or 2 years ago. I think it's 2. I want to say 2, I believe. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's... Please adjust so that both the dark image and bright image are visible. I think that's fine. Yeah, but... if you've never played this, or, you know, if you've never heard of it, well, firstly, welcome. This is definitely one of my, like, highly rated, Souls-likes, basically. I think it's fantastic and such. I'm very, very excited to start on this because as well, this game's getting its DLC later this year. I believe they didn't give a specific date. Basically, it was just one of those, season and then 2025, pretty much. But that's why I want to get started on this, because I want to create a file and get it ready for that DLC. But yeah, this is made by NeoWiz, pretty much. I don't know if this is their very first game or yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is their very first game or what, but basically this is definitely one of the games that's put them on the map, pretty much, in people's eyes and such. And this game basically was announced and was kind of coming out around during the period of, basically, if I remember right, it was kind of like during that period where it's like, you know, Chinese and Korean developers and such were basically trying to push their games, get them on the map and such, and make people known. So this game was like being shown off around the age of like when Lost Soul Rise. Wait, is it a Rise or a Side? I think it's Lost Soul Side, actually. That game's coming out later this month, which I'm also excited for. But this is getting shown off like alongside like Black Myth Wukong, just around that period and such. And just like I was immediately captivated to this game by the setting, because I may not have played it on this channel, but I love Bloodborne. Bloodborne is one of my favorite video games of all time, and this game definitely takes heavy inspiration from that. For all intents and purposes, I feel comfortable saying this is the closest we could get to a Bloodborne 2. If a Bloodborne 2 were to ever happen, of course, basically, but seems very unlikely. But this will appear to be the closest we can get, because I don't know, I don't think Duskbloods is really gonna hit the that itch, basically the Bloodborne itch that I was hoping it would, especially since now I know it's primarily a PvP thing. But let's just go ahead and stop my ramblings and let us get started. Now, for reference, this is in honor of the great writer Carlo Collodi.
Can you hear me?
This is being played on base PS5, so this is not PS5 Pro. I do know that this game is PS5 Pro enhanced, but basically we're not going to be having any of those enhanced features.
We need your help.
And just like that, we're right into it. A benefit item was delivered. Yeah, so here's some DLC stuff that it has, some winter stuff. Yeah, some weapons celebrate, I believe it's the Chinese Dragon New Year and such. We may use this weapon. I actually don't have any experience with it, but right now we won't screw around with it. We'll play everything like normal. We'll kind of just wait until we get into the bulk of the game before we probably take a look at those. But not so pretty much I believe, let me check what setting I had this on. Yeah, motion blur, and let's turn that off. Guide, switch to auto lock on, that's fine with me. Subtitle size here, it seemed a bit small. Let's see what large looks like. Let's see what medium looks like. Just because actually, can I technically see it here? No. Just because it looks fine on my screen, but it might be a bit small on stream. Audio, graphics. It's going to be changed at the title screen. Yeah, so I currently have it on performance centered. I don't think I even adjusted like the game when I first played it, so I think it was purely just I'm playing this all on default settings and such.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for
Okay,
you.
yeah, that looks fine on stream. Me? Press X to interact.
I see they got Jiminy too. But we have to hurry. My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krat, and I'll explain what's happening.
Hotel Krat.
Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
Monad's lamp. Yep, so up, select our upper belt and our lower belt. Then we can hit square to use our selected item. Equip items and gestures on the belt to use them. And then we can hold X for an extra item bag, basically, that then we can hit any directions to use it. So we can turn on a lamp to see more of our surroundings. But yeah, so how this works is basically you can equip two different you can actually equip two different items pretty much to use on your belt. Or at least I think it's either like the up one is purely dedicated to healing and the bottom is dedicated to the rest of your sub items. Which I actually really appreciate this system. I think of all the Souls-likes I've played, this is definitely like probably the simplest way of just like being able to have a bunch of items on your belt while still having convenient access to healing.
Something that might help.
Can I change the box on the subtitle display? Yeah. No, it's just me. I don't really like when these subtitles are in the box, basically. To me, it seems a bit odd.
But the streets are not safe. Arm yourself with one of the weapons over there.
You got it.
It'll be helpful on your way to the hotel.
Yeah, so this is basically, of course, now our weapons selection. So you get to choose your very first weapon. Now, of course, for reference, you do get access to all these weapons later on, but pretty much this is for your initial. So you can go and this will kind of also help basically get you. I don't think it determines what your stats are. Oh, it does. Never mind. Just ignore me. But yeah. So of course, go with the balance, basically. Dexterity for your fast weapons, or strength for your big blows. Now I was debating if I wanted to, because on my very first playthrough, I went Dex. I went Dex and pretty much for the fast weapons, and I used a bit of the advanced property, which I'll talk about a bit more later. But I think for this one, I want to swing big and I want to swing hard. So I think I'm going to go strength.
Destination Hotel Krat. Recommend escaping from this location.
And with that, we have our access. So here, I know the game definitely saved this point. So tell you what. I'm gonna switch to graphical mode and see how that looks. No shit. No, gallery. No. That's a bunch of characters we haven't even seen yet. Ignore that. Cover your eyes, children. Unless you already played this, then it's whatever. But performance centered. Let's see what quality centered looks like. Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, it's a bit stuttery, so no, I think that's why. Okay, yeah, I think I totally, when I first played this game, I saw a bit of the stutteriness, and I was like, eh. So we're gonna swap to performance mode. Not that's bad, basically. This game looks perfectly fine on both settings. For me, it's just like whenever I can notice like just that slight bit of choppiness. In many other games, I don't really care basically, but it's like in games like these where like every command input and decision has to count for something. Pretty much, it's like I want to make sure that I have full control and understand what's going on. Yeah, it's nice to know every time you I believe you either die or reload. Pretty much you have to re-up your lights. But yep. So pretty typical Dark Souls combat, all things considered. That's like you can block their L1s. You can hit R1 for your. Maybe let's get out of the train car and then we can talk about it. Bro, are you okay? Bro, is your arm okay? Probably not. Don't look that great. Oh. Well, that ain't great. Anyway, so R1 is for your light attacks, basically. Typically R1 will be faster attacks, and then R2 is for your strong attacks. Which you can either hit the button once to do practical moves like that, or you can hold it to charge up or do a slightly different attack. Yeah, as well, you got your circle to dodge. Yeah, so like I said, we'll check that out basically, because like I said, I don't think I've ever even used that weapon. We'll check that out whenever we get into the bulk of the game. But for our items, we got our arms basically. That of course, right now all we got is the left arm of steel, which all that can do is punch. Which regardless if you hit anything, basically it drains your. Oh, you can't even fucking see the meter. Fuck. All right, here to let's turn this off for a second. Yeah, so every time you use your arm's ability, basically you it drains a bit. So whenever we run out of that, I'm busted and we can't do nothing. Well, luckily this ain't like Black Myth Wukong where straight up you can't see my health bar, so you can at least see that aspect of the HUD. Well, sometimes sacrifices have to be made, but as well. So to my side, where my model is, of course. You can see which weapons you have and their handles, which we'll get into that later. But you can also see in the bar above it that is your durability, which when we start hitting some enemies and such, will that'll become very clear. Well, that's about. Yep, and you can hold circle to run as well. Yep. So if you block enemies' attacks, you don't negate you don't completely negate the damage. What I'll explain later on even is that what it is that I actually really dig this system. So Lies of P does like basically a big hodgepodge of like many of the different Dark Souls systems. See if I can show it. This thing's so slow that it's like it's screwing me up. We might have to do a different enemy for this because I'm fucking this up badly. There we go. So that big flash, basically, that much bigger flash looking, that is a perfect guard. So, like kind of your Sekiros or other action games and all that, if you're able to block right at the last moment, you get a perfect guard. You don't lose any HP in the process. Now, if you normal guard, though, what it is that you still lose health, but if you play like Bloodborne and immediately start hitting back, you can get that health back. So basically, it will still take stamina to guard against enemy attacks, but basically, if you're able to then immediately keep up the aggression and attack right afterwards, you can get all that back. So there's still benefits to normal guarding and perfect guarding. And of course, you do have your dodge. Basically, if you time this properly, then you can completely negate the enemy's damage. Or basically, what I mean is you can time your iframes so you get to avoid the enemy's damage. Use pulse cells to recover HP. There's a maximum number of times pulse cells can be used. When you reach the maximum, the cell will be discharged. If you attack enemies while the cell is discharged, pulse cell will be gradually recharged. Yep, so that actually still works out perfect. So basically your Estus, or main healing item for this game. And we'll be able to show it off. Here, you know what? This enemy's fairly basic. So, when we're completely... Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit just circle to back step. So when we're completely out of discharge of pulse cells, whenever we hit enemies or do damage and such, it begins filling up the bar purple, basically. If we fully fill that up, we get an extra pulse cell. Now, when we get that one extra pulse cell, that's all we get pretty much. It's not like you can refill your entire inventory. It's just the one, and it purely can only be basically when you've run out. So there, now I've got one. Basically, it's not refilling anymore. It's not like it's gonna be purple anymore. I believe there are, if I remember right, some upgrades where we can get that ability. Don't quote me on that, but I remember that potentially being a thing.
The station employee has the train station keys.
Oh, I see now. Guard. Yep, you can block enemy attacks by guarding. If your guard is successful, your character will take reduced damage, but it will consume stamina. The reduced damage will be transferred to guard regain. Guard regain accumulates but gradually decreases over time. While you have guard regain, you can attack enemies to recover HP. If a guard succeeds right before being hit, it triggers a perfect guard. When a perfect guard is successful, you will not receive damage, only stamina is consumed. You can use perfect guards to destroy an enemy's weapon or put the enemy in stackable status. Yep, so that's the big thing, though, is that it's like you still want to get good at the perfect guard.
You cannot see in the dark.
Because that states there, well, it can sometimes break the enemy's weapon, which these guys are a bit slow enough that it kind of messes me up, but maybe we can see. Yep, like that. Actually, perfect. So, because his signpost is now ruined, he's got less range or probably does less damage. Or a lot of things. And we'll get into staggerable states because it's kind of an interesting mechanic in this game. So we'll get into that later. Ah, of course. Thermite. Well, that's perfectly... Well, that leads us into this. So yeah, usable items. Okay, no, so you do have slots. You basically have 3 slots per upper and lower belt. So typically what I like to do is here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my lantern on my extra slots. Last resort, immediate character death upon use. Yeah, basically you're if you want to just go back to your last thing. But let's rate up on this, basically. Pulse cells are ergo cells that power the P organ. They work with stargazers and they can also convert the energy from an attacker's impact to recharge. I don't know if these actually... Yeah. Okay, well, I won't read the actual stats, but I'll read the little lore bits. To those in battle, the grinder is their lifeline. The sharpness of their blade can mean life or death. A small lamp with a cricket guide puppet inside illuminates the darkness with a faint light. Do not be afraid. Even if you get lost in the fog, the cricket guide will be with you. Yep. The old man feared the possibility of his son failing to awaken properly and going into a frenzy. This initialization device was made a necessary evil for delicate readjustments. Oh. The catalyst made puppets more efficient by circulating ergo energy within their bodies. Wonder what's up with this ergo energy. This groundbreaking invention was based on one alchemist's idea. Cogwheel is a common sight in Krat and can be thrown to draw an enemy's attention. Basically our pebble for this game. Even worthless items can be useful if you collect them. Everything became useful in Battle of the Paralyzed City. Thermite. A thermite bomb that can be thrown inflicts fire damage at the area of impact. After the puppet frenzy, people began to fashion weapons of resistance in their desperation. Many throwable weapons were manufactured, and these exhibited excellent results against their marching enemies. Yeah, basically every throwable item also scales with your stats, basically. So there's ones that will do better with more strength, advance, technique, yada yada. Dim Ergo Fragment. Fragment of Ergo, mysterious power stone that can be found in Krat. Gepetto's puppet can absorb Ergo and turn it into power. Ergo is both a power source and currency in Krat. Even small pieces can be put to good use in the city. Well, good to know. Yeah, we just won't re-equip that one, really. Yeah, lower belt. Here, I'll slap on the thermite. Yeah, that was everything in this room, right? Yep. Which actually, I genuinely find throwable weapons in this game actually pretty useful. Now, granted, it does, of course, have the Dark Souls thing where consumables do not come back, basically, unless they specify otherwise. So, pretty much, you know, if you throw a thermite bomb and you end up dying, well, that's the amount you threw away is still gonna be used up. Your fatal attack. Oh, fatal attack. From behind enemy, R1. Yep, and this game's got backstabs. So if you manage to get behind an enemy, you knew that. But the best thing that this game does that I actually quite appreciate in terms of HUD is that they show you with your cursors and all that. Basically, it's like, hey, you're in a perfect state that you can fatal attack and such. I actually never really used this weapon. I find it interesting that the strength starting weapon has it's primarily a thrust attack starting off. Because the balanced option is a saber, so you still get both slashing and stabbing options. The dexterity option was a rapier, so that's just pure stabbing. It has like 1 or 2 slashes, but like primarily quick stab. Passenger's note. If anyone finds this note, get out of the station and run. Be sure to steer clear of the waiting room. I saw a huge puppet smashing people to death in there. I locked the door, but I don't know if that'll work. At least it should stop people from randomly coming in. I'm going to die soon, so I want to help you, even if it's not much. Please survive. Anyone? Oh. Well, selfless. dash. We can hit L3 to jump while we're dashing. Got us a dim ergo fragment. Which basically, yeah, the ergo fragments. Ergo is basically your souls in this game, pretty much all the all-around currency that they talk about. You use it to level up, you use it to buy stuff, and if you die, well, it gets dropped in the place that you died at, and you gotta run there and pick it up. Otherwise, if you die again, it's all gone. There are doors and ladders all throughout Krat that are locked by devices. You can unlock these doors or go down the ladders to create shortcuts. Yeah, but as I say, any good Souls-like, you got some good-ass shortcuts. So now when we're ready to get back to the main hall, we can be fine. Oh! Well, you know, this will lead us into an interesting thing to look at next. So, switch display. So this game also has special attacks that your weapon can do. So as you attack enemies and such, in the bottom right, since we're currently safe, you may notice that my weapons get a little blue bar on them. Let me get rid of the model real quick to even show that even the handle has one. And this will actually even give us a perfect opportunity. So, if your weapon durability is ever down, which is that gray meter, you put your weapon to the grindstone. You have to either hold the button. So in this case, because it's my extra bag, I pull it up and I hold the D-pad button. Or like if I still had it on this, then I would press and hold square. But yeah, so as you attack enemies and such, you fill up that blue meter. And your weapon's handle and the blade itself, which we'll get it, that'll be a mechanic discussed later on what that means, but they have specific dedicated weapon arts. So in the case of the blade part, link slash. Slash an enemy in front of you, use an extra fable slot to slash with 3 more times. So we can either use basically, as we gain blue meter, we can either just use it to do some powerful slashes, but we can keep doing it if we have all 3 filled up for a powerful combo. An absolute defense, perfectly block the enemy's attack temporarily. It's pretty simple as that, basically. Here, maybe we can read that later. Hold R2 for a charge attack. While you are attacking, a white outline will appear around the enemy's HP bar. When this happens, you can make the enemy staggered with a charge attack or with Fable Arts. Fatal attack. Phase a staggered enemy and press R1. Fatal attack can be performed on staggered enemies. If successful, it can inflict heavy damage. Yep, so that is one of the major benefits of being able to perfect guard. Is that compared to normal attacking and such, it really much more easily puts the enemy in a staggered state. Now, a thing to note though, yeah, I actually really dig the idea that basically you have to do a charge attack to get an enemy staggered to do a special move on them. I think that's a really cool idea. The thing to note though is that when it comes to your charge attack, if your weapon has multiple swings in its charge attack, the last one is the actually only hit that matters. If the first hits, it's fine, that's just a little extra damage, but the last hit has to make contact if you want to actually stagger them. It's a bit obnoxious and I don't really like that aspect of it, but it be what it be. It's kind of one of those things where that's more so dependent on a weapon thing, because when some weapons, this one just conveniently has 2 slashes, while some are just like one straight stab, some are just like real simple, just hit and run, stuff like that. And some are just a big slam. So yeah, but I actually I do want to go ahead and say that I really like this game in terms of like its options. Basically, it really gives the players, because like I said, the game encourages you to use everything, and it does place a high emphasis on learning to perfect parry. Also, wow, our dude here, that great sword really do just go straight through the skull. It really wants you to emphasize and learn enemy attack patterns so you can perfect parry. But hey, like, there's a lot of points in this game where it's like, if you want to just like dodge roll your way to victory, may not be the best all the time, but it can work pretty well. It certainly did on my first playthrough. And like I said, if you want then ever just, essentially if you're doing a dex user, basically, if you ever want to like take the typical guard route, some bosses will kick your ass by trying that, basically, if that's all you want to do. But for normal enemies and such, you can typically get away with it, really, as long as you're quick on the draw, because how much HP you gain back on health guard regain is dependent on the damage you do as well. Anyway, Stargazers. Use a Stargazer for fully recovering HP and stamina, as well as charging your pulse cells. You will be revived at this point in case of death. Remember, this process also revives enemies, not just your character. Yep, so these are basically our bonfires.
It's called a Stargazer. A marvelous device the Stalkers used in the past.
Stalkers.
Warning. Puppet threshold exceeds danger estimates. Please reduce puppet numbers or reset danger parameters.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this Stargazer for a moment. Gather ergo, clever one. This Stargazer
I'm a clever
may make
one?
you stronger. But the Stargazer's strength doesn't last forever. So be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krat.
Yep, so it's our bonfire, so we can throw things in storage. You don't have a max inventory in this game. You do get excess. You do have a max cap on certain items, basically, that you have, but it's not like you can only hold like a certain amount in your actual bag. But then we can use it to level up as well. So right now we could do 2 levels. So this will give us a chance now to go over stats. So vitality, health, basically. Pretty typical. You want more health, you want to be able to take more hits, up this. Vigor, stamina. Basically, you want to be able to do more in combat, upgrade this. Capacity, do you want to carry more stuff or wear bigger armor and wield bigger weapons, and potentially, if you want to, be able to wield multiple weapons at once? By that I mean being able to swap out more weapons, then up this. And as well, it also affects your Legion bar, which is basically your ammo for your arms. So yeah, if you want to use more of that, up this as well. Motivity, basically strength. You want to deal more damage with your strength weapons, up this. Technique, you want to deal more damage with your dex weapons, up this. Advance, do you want to deal more damage with your more mechanical or elemental weapons? You up this. This is kind of like the fancy, interesting stat, but pretty typical stuff. So my usual rule of thumb, at least starting off in Souls games, is that every other level I up health and then use my other points to upgrade something else. So yeah, I'll put it into health and then stamina starting off. Poor horsey. But multiple horses, goddamn. Robo dogs! But I just invited the whole cavalry now, didn't I? Yep, and the Stargazer went red for a second. Basically, if enemies get too close to the Stargazer, you can't use it. And that goes for unlocking it as well. So sometimes if you want to just run through an encounter to try and get to the Stargazer, you can pop it. Otherwise, if they end up on your tail, well, might be a bit harder than you expected. Krat Times issue 183. The Krat Grand Exhibition has been delayed. This decision was made to protect the citizens until the puppet frenzy that has recently paralyzed the city is under control. Well, that didn't seem to work out too great. The occurrence began on Rosa Isabella Street, resulting in hundreds of casualties. While the cause is still unknown, the number of casualties and the scale of damage are both growing. As the crisis dragged on, the workshop and Benini Company, Krat's largest puppet factory, announced that they would offer emergency supplies to citizens and do everything they could to alleviate the situation. A task force is investigating the possibility of a fatal loss of the Grand Covenant, which is the control protocol of the workshop's puppets. However, there is no quick solution as of now, with the puppet frenzy resulting in more casualties. As the city braces for a resurgence of the petrification disease, oh, that don't sound great, the citizens were advised to stay indoors for their safety. However, many citizens are trying to escape through Krat Central Station, intensifying the general chaos. Well, that explains why the a lot of problems here, but also it kind of just seems like everything's gone to shit. So. Oh yeah, and that's another thing as well. So whenever you're not locked onto an enemy, your dodge is like kind of this dodge roll. Whenever you're locked onto an enemy though, your dodge becomes this slide basically. I don't know if one has like better iframes than the other or whatever, but that is a thing of note. Fable Arts. Yes. Triangle, use Fable Arts. Triangle while guarding, use Handle Fable Arts. Yep. Weapons have distinct blades and handles that each have their own Fable Art. Fable Arts use up Fable slots, and different Fable Arts use a different number of slots. Charge Fable slots by attacking enemies with weapons. Just keep hitting them is basically the name of the game. Yep, and like any Souls-like, well, gotta figure out which way is the way to progress and which is to optional stuff. And then when you hit the boss, it's like, well, time to turn right back around, go to everything else. Oh. Yeah, other thing of note, basically, when you are trying to restore the durability in your weapon, putting it to the grinder, it does start off slowly recovering it, but then like as you hold it, it gets faster and faster. I completely just whiffed there, doesn't matter. You got some very basic enemies starting off, nothing too difficult. Ow. Bitch, that's just rude. Now, I would definitely say one of the biggest things you will have to get used to in this game is that it was supposed to just completely whip there, but lies of peace, some of the range on these weapons is a bit deceptive. Like, obviously, this is a giant-ass sword, pretty much, and it's like, you know, it feels like there's been points where I really should have hit something, but it's like, you really gotta try out and experiment with each weapon and figure out, okay, what is the range I'm dealing with? Because some of them have a lot less than that it appears like they should. As well, but like later on. And that's like a bunch of weapons are bad necessarily. No, there are some really, really cool ones in this game. Especially when we get into more mechanics later on, you can get quite creative. sorry, buddy. I mean, he's puppet. Let's say they're puppets and they're dead, so I mean, it's like they can't really feel anything after they're dead, right? Huh. We're basically on the outskirts of the city at this point. Ah, you bastards. You tease me so. Fury attack. Some enemies become red and use a strong attack called a Fury attack. You can't dodge or guard Fury attacks, but you can counter with a perfect guard. Yep, so this is the other reason. Well, literally as it stayed there. No iframes is gonna get through it, and no guarding. Basically, you're just gonna take the full brunt of damage. Well, I was trying to get off. Trying to get off all the full slashes to show off, but oh well. Yep, so that's what I mean, is that as long as the last attack connects, you'll be good. But annoyingly, of course, we do have a situation where we do have a situation where basically that they what am I trying to think? If you hit them with their first and they move out of the way, well then it doesn't work out. Hey, Psych News Souls like. Yep, for this channel. What's up, Dordrack? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, we're playing Lies of P. It's the Souls-like that came out 2 years ago, I want to say now. It was made by NeoWiz, a Korean company, I think it is. That was basically pretty much the closest thing we are ever going to get to a Bloodborne 2. But it's got DLC coming out later this year, so I figure I finally want to play this on the channel, get ready for that. Whoa. For this game, but never played it. Oh, it's great. If you enjoy Souls-likes, pretty much, and you enjoy Souls-like with very creative art design decisions and cool weapon system and such, no, I highly recommend it. It's kind of tough. It's basically like a hodgepodge of a lot of things, basically. So it's like you got your dodge rolls, but this game also got perfect guarding, so guarding right at the last minute. You can, if you guard normally, enemies hit you, you can immediately hit them back to get like HP back, like Bloodborne and such. It's got a lot going on. We just got started with it, so we're still technically in the tutorial area. Yep, we're going big strength in this run through. You know, though deep into Expedition 33, something a lot like Bloodborne. Though no guns, kind of. So it's definitely no secret that our arm later on is going to get some actual upgrades, and we'll actually be able to get some proper arms that do different things. Some of them are gun-like, basically, but. And there are some weapons that have dedicated like range attacks, like as a special Fable art, which is basically the special meter we fill to do special moves, but no like straight up firearm type of weapons. But no, I've seen the Expedition. I've been seeing some clips of Expedition 33. Oh my god, no, that's definitely going on the stream docket later. When I get through some smaller projects, basically, like I plan to start up some back up some Castlevania games on this channel. then for another major playthrough, I'll probably look into that. But it's like I've been seeing that game and it's giving me Lost Odyssey vibes, and I'm like, oh, it looks so good. Okay, no, that's on the other side. All right. Out of curiosity, just for shits and giggles, how much... Next time we run into an enemy, I'll actually try punching them with my arm and see what it does. Ah, it's... pretty decent. Not the best, not the worst. Play Lost Odyssey, always hear great things, so it's stuck in the Xbox 360 era still. I hate that it is. I do hear through some other means that it is actually fairly playable in some other means, but yeah, because I would totally, if they actually just re-released that, I would buy it. I would snatch that shit up in a heartbeat. Oh. Excuse you? What's up, man? Why everything on you so glossy?
Hello there. Welcome to Krat, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets. You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone.
Yeah, I'll say thank you for welcoming me. Everything seems to have gone to absolute shit, but I appreciate the friendliness.
You're alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
Yep, so another merchant here. So yeah, this is the guy that you can get the other two weapons from. Honestly, we might go ahead and buy those. I'm not going to use them since they're not really paired up with our stats, but... throwing cell. A large output battery that can be thrown inflicts electric blitz damage at the area of impact. You know, we just toss a fucking battery at them. After the puppet frenzy, people began to fashion weapons of resistance in their desperation. Okay, many throwable weapons are manufactured. Electric blitz abrasive. Temporarily imbues weapon with electric blitz. Special abrasive mixed by mixing electric blitz metal powders temporarily imbues a weapon with electric blitz. Why stalkers are prepared to face any manner of variable that comes up in battle. Abrasives are another weapon that can turn the tide on the constantly shifting battlefield. Okay, well, we can buy one of those. And repair our stargazer. Yeah, so I think I upped health and then stamina last time, so yeah, we'll up health again. Because right now I don't really need too terribly much. I got my big sword and it goes swoosh swoosh. It's pretty good enough for me. Introducing Parade Puppet. Here appears a terrific puppet that will enliven the parade. Introducing Parade Master, a remarkable parade puppet model from the workshop to celebrate the grand exhibition. Hello there, I'm the Parade Master. I like singing and marching with people. Parade Master has the following functions: 16 jolly songs, cheerful laughter, and 54 parade phrases. Parade dances to delight children. Strength to carry 6 men on his shoulders. This Parade Master was made big in commemoration of the Grand Exhibition. Check out its charms on the eve of the upcoming exhibition. Wonder if that's letting us know anything. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Also, yeah, the only point of this puppet, this thing here, pretty much is just if you want to practice getting your perfect parries in. and it'll occasionally do a unblockable. Otherwise, you'd fail. Well, if you get clonked. Hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. Oh, damn. Bro, did you not just want to try opening it? You didn't know that shit was locked. Oh, hello. Yo, it's Eggman's robot by the end of Sonic Adventure 2. Yep, but here's our first proper boss, the Parade Master. I forgot to equip my electric blitz thing. Yeah, but unfortunately, a lot of these bosses are gonna be me totally getting my face stomped in as I try and learn how to perfect parries. Like I said, because of that, because we've been getting our parries off perfectly, we're able to get them to a much more stackable state. And the nice thing that I like about this game is you can still hit them while they're down. As he's about to rip his head off and start beating us with it. Yep, now the clear way you can tell if your perfect parries are going to break an enemy's weapon is exactly that, where pretty much if you perfect parry and you see their weapon glowing, that means if you keep doing this, you're eventually going to break it. Now with bosses though, it can take quite a while before their stuff breaks. But do it like so. Oh boy. Anyone knows there, one of my absolute favorite things that this game does that I appreciate so much, when a boss or big enemy is staggered, they will put a little circle symbol on the area to show you, stand here to do your fatal attack. Compared to the typical Souls game, and especially like in the actual Dark Souls games, where sometimes it's actually not all that clear where you're supposed to stand. But yeah, but first try. I definitely did not first try that when I first played this game. I will tell you that much. that too took me a while because I was still very much in my dodge heavy phase. Yep, but Parade Leader's Ergo. Obtain Ergo plus 5,000. Ergo obtained for the Parade Master is packed with immense power. Treasure Hunter may want this rare Ergo. Although the entire audience disappeared in a pool of blood, the Parade Master was cheerful. As long as there's a king, the show must go on. Yep, so to go ahead and give a heads up, it's like the Souls games where you pop this, of course, for the large amounts, or there may or may not be a certain NPC character later on that'll take that and turn into some cool stuff. Yep, but let us rest up there and then continue onward. Offward and onward. So is this game more of a parry-heavy game or more of the dodge side? I tend to play Souls-like games with a dodge-heavy playstyle. So there is a dodge roll, and you can play a dodge style. There's a lot of enemies that, if you want to play primarily dodge, you can, basically. It's just, the game does encourage you to learn to perfect parry. So namely, whenever the enemies start glowing red, like that means they're doing an attack that you can either just block, or if they hit you while you're dodging, your iframes don't work. So you have to perfect parry. So it's like, it's more like, it does lean more on the side of trying to tell you to learn the perfect parry and to block and such. But dodging is a perfectly valid option. That just encourages parries a lot more. Yeah. At least encourages, at the very least, what I tend to say, or did on my first playthrough, is that I would usually learn to try and perfect parry with a boss that was giving me trouble, to at least, if they had a breakable weapon, or to try and get them in at least one stackable state. And then I would work on just dodge rolling. I was gonna say, long dodge roll, unless it is weight-based in Souls game. Yeah, but it really is just kind of just not the greatest. I can't remember if there's a way to upgrade the distance, but it's not the biggest distance. It's very much primarily a defensive tool for timing your iframes. You good, buddy? Oh. Okay, well that confirms he's dead.
One more thing I should mention. The hotel's security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
Let me see something real quick. Okay, I was about to say that completely turned off. Okay, no, so whenever the game's been talking, I completely didn't realize subtitle display literally just meant turn off the entire display, which, now that I say it out loud, it seems kind of stupid on my part, but I thought that meant it would turn off the little text box around the subtitles. But no, she was basically just saying, hey, by the way, puppets ain't allowed in this place, so, may have to say some bullshit. You may have to, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, lie. You know, like a liar. It ain't no saying no TBHs in this place. Oh yeah, we got some other items as well. Materials, quartz. P organ ability activation part. I don't know what that is yet. Well, I mean, I know, but we don't know what it is yet. Colorful tiny ergo fragment activates a special ability when equipped to the P organ. There's a special kind of ergo with a different color and vibration. The workshop uses this gem to bring out puppets' different abilities. Hidden Moonstone upgrades normal weapons blade up to +3. Basically, moonstones are your weapon upgrades in this. A rare enhancement material that can be obtained in different parts of Krat can upgrade the blades of common weapons. The Moonstone was not from this world, however, it was the most optimal enhancement material. In their urgency, technicians pushed forward with using the Moonstone for weapon upgrade without time to review it any further. They just found this shit, said it worked, and then alright.
Welcome to the sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity. Who are you?
I'm human as fuck, bruh.
Grand Covenant's fourth law. A puppet.
Yeah, I can't lie. I ain't no robots. I'm a cool guy. Your springs are reacting. Huh. Wonder what that's about. Oh, I'm gonna just throw that into the weapon dimension. Yo, you'd think we'd be entering to the final boss zone. That is an awesome as hell building. And we got our title card. Damn, looks spooky as fuck. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we're, getting a little introduction. As all good stories go, hey, we found some cool shit. Let's just start shoving it into everything. I'm sure absolutely nothing will go wrong. Welcome to Krat. Yo, I would not want a robot tutor staring at me like that. Oh. Yeah, then shit went pretty bad. Yeah, in case you didn't get a good view of it, yeah, that Parade Master's cage was just carrying a bunch of bodies. This game gets quite what I would call metal as fuck at times. And there's our boy. Yeah, in case you may not have picked up on it yet, this may or may not be a story about a kind of story about based off the story of Pinocchio. Hey girl, love the blue.
I'm so happy to see you. I am Sophia. I've been waiting for you. Searched all over the city of Krat to find you. You must have questions. Gepetto will have answers. But we have to
We gotta find the Gepettos.
He was last seen on Elysian Boulevard. All of Krat is dangerous for humans. And that neighborhood is one of the scariest. Please find Gepetto on Elysian Boulevard. I'll explain more once you find him.
Level up. You can level up through Sophia using the Ergo in your possession. You can increase your stats when you level up. So we can do 2 more levels. So here. So I'm going to be taking... So I am going to be mostly focusing on strength in this, but I am going to still upgrade, put some points into my advance. Because there are some elemental type weapons later on that I have some interest in using. And also, there's going to be, when we get a lot of different arms later on, a lot of them tend to scale with advance. So... put one in advance and one in vital.
Look at Gemini. I think he's in shock.
Jenny is fine.
That's proof you're broken. The real Gemini isn't so calm. I'm no inventor, but perhaps I can fix him. Or perhaps he'll fix himself in time. Wait, take this pocket watch. Krat is a labyrinth of peril right now. This watch will guide you to a safe place.
I gotcha.
Be careful, clever one.
She's calling me clever. And Faye's pocket watch. I believe that's a usable item. Yep. Teleport to hotel or last stargazer used. Pocket watch from Sophia. The power inside the watch returns to either the last stargazer visit or to the hotel stargazer. Pocket watch imbued with mystical power. The power of the watch turns back time to when the boy was in peak condition. I I can't remember. I think that also just lets you straight up keep your ergo that you earned in the stage, so yeah. Don't quote me on that, but it doesn't say you straight up lose it, so anyway, so
Welcome to Hotel Krat. My name is Polendina, butler to Lady Antonia.
Lady Antonia.
Please let me know how I may be of service. At Hotel Krat, comfort and calm walk hand in hand. Welcome to Hotel Krat. How may I be of service?
Yeah, so he's our shopping area. So you can buy some items from him, and his stock will increase as we go. But as well as every NPC, we can also, of course, talk to about the Grand Covenant.
The Grand Covenant is a set of absolute commands imprinted on puppets when they are made. First law: all puppets must obey their creators.
Okay, I don't know if we're following that one yet.
Second law: a puppet may not harm humans.
Haven't harmed any humans yet.
Third law: a puppet protects and serves humans. And
Well,
the
I
city
do
of Krat.
be chill with y'all.
Fourth law: a puppet cannot lie.
Uh,
I've told you about the laws engraved upon every puppet. Do you require anything else?
well, what can I say? I'm a real boy. Let's take a little look around. Hello.
Unexpected guests are welcome. We don't insist on reservations. I am Antonia.
Ah, you're Lady
and
Antonia.
This is my hotel. Welcome. Oh, I knew from the moment we met that you're Gepetto's puppet. He might have a few loose screws, but Gepetto's skills are undiminished. It's a shame. He took off for Elysian Boulevard, and he never came back. If it doesn't turn up soon, we'll have to make a new coffin.
Oh, jeez, lady.
Oh, I forgot. I was keeping this for him. It comes with a long story. But I think it's better off with you. Please find that old man. And do take care of yourself.
I will. Me and my big sword. Someone's memory and show off clothes. Obtain gesture. Yep, so gestures are basically like you can equip them like items. Basically is how they're used in this game. Though this game doesn't have multiplayer, so a bunch of these gestures are purely either just to show off, or there are some side quests that are tied with specific gestures. And we got a new costume. I guess it's slightly more interesting than blue rags. Oh god, it's got the little blue neck flap on the back. I don't know what you call those. Benin's Krat Landmark Guide 1. This one's attraction, Hotel Krat. Hotel Krat is one of the city's creepiest and most mysterious buildings. Yo, that shit's creepy. According to lore, Hotel Krat is an isolated castle built by an aristocrat devoted to a form of occultism after receiving a revelation from a radiant tree. At one point, it was used as a mental institution, and some patients said they saw hallucinations. However, no record remained as they were all destroyed in a large fire. I don't know how I'd feel too much about learning the hotel staying at used to be a mental institution. Gotta make me feel a bit weirded out, but hey, be what it be. I can't decide that's slightly better or more reasonable than in Resident Evil 2, where the police station used to be a museum. Above all, being so far underground just compounds the rumors. Some even said that it is connected to an unknown hell. But now the rumors have served to embellish the charm of Hotel Krat, which has been renovated in the latest style. As the recent rumors of the Grand Exhibition Ghost Hotel spread, more customers are actually looking to stay at the hotel. Next is a comment from the hotel owners, Miss Antonia. A ghost hotel? I've heard that more times than I can remember, but fortunately our hotel guests are brave like lions. It's not a problem at all. Rating 4 out of 5. Creepy and mystical, best resort in Krat. Reporter Madero. This guide was made with the support of Vanini Company, a friend of the city.
People have no idea so many secrets are buried in Krat. Thanks for keeping me company. What are you curious about?
About lying and about Gepetto. About lying!
I see you're here. That means you can lie. Your lies are a rare ability. You're able to choose your own path, unbound by anything. People on the outside are still afraid of puppets. Lie to protect yourself and find your path.
I gotcha. Now I hear you about the lying. Now when do I unlock the ability to gaslight though? About Gepetto.
I'm an old friend of Gepetto's. His son is like family.
Is there any robot law against that?
Make yourself at home. You're always welcome here at the hotel. If you have any questions, ask my butler, Polendina.
Alright then. Yeah, fuck your books. That's all there was on the left side. What about over yonder? Oh, hello.
I heard about you from Gepetto, but to see you in person, wow.
I know, I'm pretty cool.
You should take this. Gepetto left it with me.
That would be. Oh. Well, this is sick. Legion Arm. Legion Arm is a special equipment that is equipped on the left arm. Each Legion Arm has its own combat ability. Legion Arm can be modified into all sorts of forms. Modifications can be made using the Vanini craft machine. Yep, so it even incorporates like a bit of the Sekiro's as you get different arms that can do different things. And I believe now it's displayed in our menu. Yep. A Legion Arm that releases a wire. It can be strung around an enemy to drag it towards you or to move you toward it. Stalkers devise a tool that increases their mobility during combat with puppets. The wire instantly narrows the distance between one and one's enemy, but it cannot guarantee one's safety afterward. Yep, and then this is basically when we get the ability to upgrade these things later, we can get different attacks for them or just different things overall. And these do also scale with different things as well. And if you're like a Dex user like me, the puppet string is basically the only real dedicated like Dex Legion arm in this game. The rest are kind of, which really when it comes to Legion arms, your stats, they matter, but they don't matter like that much, basically. It's only really primarily the attacking ones, the ones that are nothing but attacks that you kind of have to be concerned about. But yeah. But otherwise, if you're like really looking at that stat game, for Dex, pure Dex users, this is pretty much the only option you're getting until way later.
The sound of it alone. That craftsmanship comes only from the hands of Gepetto. You must be something else. A custom arm from Gepetto himself is quite an accessory. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Eugenie from the workshop.
Eugenie.
I know my way around weapons of all kinds. I'm sure Master Gepetto would agree. If any of your weapons need work, bring them to me. I know my way around a weapon. Want me to look at something?
Sure, but I don't think I got the options for it. But yes, she is the ones that can upgrade her stuff. If you have Moonstone, Eugenie can help you upgrade a weapon's blade. The weapon's attack power will increase when you upgrade the blade. Some blades can only be upgraded with a special Moonstone. Which works perfect because we show up the example. So yeah, so special weapons or boss weapons like these pretty much can only be upgraded with a Dark Moonstone of the Covenant. My god. What a name. Oh, we actually can upgrade it, so... yeah, sure, why not? So we'll upgrade our Great Sword of Fate. Alter handle? Alter handle. You can bring Eugenic cranks to alter weapon handles. Eugenic, crank that handle. Each handle's property upgrades based on your character's default abilities. You can change this property and grade one time with a handle alteration. However, you can always reset with a balanced crank. Crunk. Yep, so this is basically kind of like Ashes of War from Elden Ring. Only kind of a lot more committing to it, because otherwise if you want to backtrack, you then gotta get another resource for it. But basically, if you find a specific handle you want, but it doesn't have the stats you like, well, then you can kind of alter it. You can either alter it to further boost the scaling. So, for example, if we had a motivity crank, we could actually make our handle scale even more with strength. Or if we decided, well, I like this, but I want to turn in more technique or advance, well, then you do that. Talk about Stargazer.
A stargazer is a survival device used by the stalkers. It powers itself by accumulating and absorbing ergo spores in the air. The stalkers installed stargazers all across the city. Once they're recovered, we can put them to use.
Gotcha. About training.
If you want to test your skills or try new techniques, head for the garden. The stalkers captured a puppet to use for training.
That sounds screwed up.
Don't look at me like that. Everyone hates puppets. I know whose side you're on.
You just made it sound like we're just about to commit some hate crimes on the puppets. I mean, granted, they are on a murdering spree, but still. Kitty! Bunch of little kitties! Hi, kitty. Oh, Kitty don't want a pet. No, it hisses at me. No. Oh. Okay, that looks like some stuff for later. Yep. So whenever you exit into this yard, you'll instantly draw out your weapons. This is where you can do stuff. So you can then just practice your weapons, get a rough idea of the damage you can do with it, and try out its combos. And also, the nice thing, while you're out here, you get unlimited Fable slots. I thought it was unlimited. Yep, you get unlimited Fable slots. Yep, so because I can't really move though, we can't show off this weapon thing, but yeah, so with the puppet string, basically shoot the wire, bring them into you. Otherwise, if they're too... I believe if the enemy is too big, though, then they can't get affected. And we do have to upgrade this thing if we want to get the ability to pull ourselves to the enemy. Great fortune to all visitors. Rest for all travelers, blessing to all friends. And then if you want to practice some perfect parrying, then you can do that as well. Since I believe some weapons do have some slightly different block timings. Don't quote me on that, but I believe maybe. The problem is I ran Dex, so I was basically running like a lot of just the fastest stuff I could get my hands on. But yeah, whenever we get some more Legion arms, we can technically come back to the left arm of steel, but I don't really think that's too worth it. Or we can teleport to another Stargazer. Teleport to another Stargazer. You transfer from one Stargazer to another. You can only travel to those you have activated. Stargazers in areas where the event will be marked with a hint. And I love this. I love this so much. It's what I was really wanting out Black Myth Wukong, because this game, if at least memory serves me right, they do a much better job pretty much being like, hey, look, there's an NPC here, go talk to them. Like, here's just their big head next to it.
I'll use my power to help you.
talk. About Ergo.
Ergo is the miracle that made Krat prosper. Without Ergo, there would be no automated puppets to make Krat wealthy. When you move, you tap into the power of Ergo within you. Gather more Ergo. It will make you stronger.
Yeah, I thought I made the comment, well, yeah, and look at where it got you, but I also literally would not be here right now if it were not for it. So I think I'll just hold that to myself.
In the folklore of Krat, a cricket often acts as a guide. That is why these automated models became popular. But Gemini is unique. He's more than just a guide. As you get more familiar with Gemini, you'll see what I mean.
We'll gotcha. Well, I think that was everything on the first floor, so I swear we'll be done soon enough, but so what's along the tops of here is some nice paintings. I do love the feel of Hotel Krat, though. This is our main hub area, so we come back to this place a lot. Just like it's got that nice like feel to it of like we're safe, but not like that safe. The weird way to knock it, buddy, but it's locked tight. It's like this place definitely has a comforting feeling compared to anywhere else we've been up to this point, but like it also definitely gives off that feeling of, yeah, this place could be just like overrun at any second. You need Rosa Isabel Street entrance key. Dang, bro, do you just know that? Oh, now we upgrade our weapon. Don't got much compared to the items from Paladina at the hotel. Well, we already did that, but suppose let's go on the hunt for Gepetto now. I do like the look of these loading screens as well. Elysian Boulevard entrance. Well, we already know we're right in the place we need to be.
Be more careful. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I hate these guys. But don't be alarmed. My name is Gemini. We'll talk later, when we're safe.
Well, gotcha. Good to know you just started functioning again. Black Rabbit Brotherhood, huh? Oh, they sound like a fun bunch of folks. Talk with Gemini.
I'm Gemini, your friendly puppet guide. Or friendly guide puppet? I don't know, one of those. I'm also a friend of Sophia's. Last time I woke up, Sophia was there because she woke me up. But I'm sure there are still other memories in there.
Oh.
Sorry. Must be the shock. Bear with me, and I'll do my best to guide you.
Appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, unfortunately now we've lost the ability to level up our stargazers, so we exclusively have to do them at Sophia's, which is a bit annoying. I won't lie, but hey, I've been playing Souls games for years, so I'm used to it. Be what it be. Star fragments. A meteor fragment that can be found in different parts of Krat. It can be used at the Cracks Calling in front of a boss area to summon a specter. Star fragments cross dimensions to grant human wishes. If you wish for it desperate enough, they may be able to summon someone who wants to help save this world. When you wish upon a star fragment. Or man, he was just trying to knock at the door. Just trying to see if anyone was there. Oh, sir. Oh, sirs. Unfortunately, you have the red glowing demon robot Satan eyes, and well, I have to go with the ruling of any Souls game. If I can lock onto you, that just means you are a problem.
Regular rich people row. You wanted fancy boutiques and shops. No place better.
Ah!
Long ago, before the puppet frenzy.
Not touch. Not touch for you. Yes, yes. Come on. Come on, Poochie. But thankfully you're not like the Ninja Gaiden dog, so I can actually deal with you. Oh, I forgot the treasure chest in this game looked like this. Lotta F-150 frame. Yep. So this is basically how her armor works in this game. So you don't have like visual armor sets or anything like that. Well, you do get some, but it's purely cosmetic. So in this game, what it is that you basically get different like frames and different objects that you can use to up specific defenses and all that. So frames are purely for like just upping your defense, physical damage reduction rate. Converters are a variety of things, basically. These are your stat. These are basically your elemental defenses. So basically, like, of course, like, better defense against electric, fire, all that kind of stuff, as it says there. So you can get different ones for specific purposes. Cartridges are... These are your status defenses. So basically, if you want to get specific ones for specific status effects, that will all go throughout as we play this game, then that's for that. And then the liners are basically for dedicated, excuse me, these are for dedicated weapon types. So slashing, piercing, strike. I was about to say bludgeoning because D&D, so... But yeah, so that's how armors work in this game. And of course, the thing to always keep in mind with these frames and all that is that it's like you gotta keep in mind your equipment load in the top right. Now, I believe it will show different colors to show you like, hey, you're heavier, so now your dodging's about to be worse, or that kind of thing. Overall, compared to other Souls-likes, I really don't ever see a benefit to actually over-equipping yourself in this game. If anything, I would always just keep it in the gray, pretty much. And just have it overall just, because it's not like other games where it's like, there's really no, like, there's nothing like, poise or anything like that. If you get hit, you're gonna get stunned. A lot of the time. So... You know, I was trying to be fancy, but no, my boy was literally just like, no, I'm just gonna yank you to me across the pit. Sawtooth wheel. No, a baton. Alright, yeah, this is where I came through. So yeah, it's a small shortcut if we need to go back. Or if we die. You do take fall damage in this game, of course, so if you, gravity do be do be an enemy of yours. Unfortunately, I have all the things that was prepped in this robot's spring-loaded legs or whatever you would need for that was not in the budget. Oh, that's right. Oh, I cross here. I was about to say, where am I going? Where I be? Oh, wow. And yep, and that is the best thing to know as well, is that, like, look, as long as they have a white outline on their body and you hit them with that strong attack, you will cancel whatever they are doing. So if you can get that strong attack literally right before they're about to hit you, just do it. Because then that just means you're just giving them a chance not to hit you, basically. And I've never had an issue, I think, when I first played this game where I was ever got, like, still hit by an attack while I was trying to do that. So I think it's pretty good in that regard. Ow, ow. Bitch, bitch hit me with there's a fucking stick with a bunch of nails at the end of it. And it's working. Boom. This line gun might be a little too effective at points. You know, I'm trying to be fancy, I'm trying to be utility-wise, and then it's like, nah, we bring them in here so I can rock their world. Also, a sharp pipe. Sharp pipe that can be thrown and passes through the enemies and inflicts piercing damage. Some throwable weapons boast great destructive power on their own. When combined with the strength of puppets, nothing more needs to be said. Yeah, so you throw it like a fucking javelin. It's your basic dex throwing, which I always just found hilarious. That's just like, just take the pipe and just toss it at their ass. I thought that was a game for a second. It's rain just started coming in heavy outside. About to say, like, hot damn, I do not remember it storming just yet. And it's going fierce out there. But to be fair, I did hear it was supposed to rain all weekend, which kind of sucks in part of me because I need to do my grocery shopping today. Kind of plan for tomorrow, but oh well. We shall suffer. Now let us get back onward, upward to the rooftops. Yeah, so you don't actually need to walk up on enemies even. You can just, like, I think if you do dash, they kind of turn around to face you, basically, so there's a bit of, like, kind of something in that regard, but you can just, like, most of the time just run. As long as you're not, like, holding circle, then you just run up to them and it's whatever. we got an a-hole throwing bombs at us. So I hit them so I can stun them so they don't just stab the shit out of me. So I have to deal with it while I'm getting chucked at. As I said, it was not looking great for a second, but we made it. Legion magazine, basically your bullets to restore your Legion arm. I know restore a lot, so, but really it's kind of like if you use a full inventory of them, you're getting at least 1 or 2 extra blasts out of it, because of course different Legion arms use different amounts of Legion meter, so. Like, this string is pretty good in terms of how much it actually uses, but later on, certain ones are a lot more powerful, but go through it a lot quicker. Well, that don't look great. How about we go elsewhere before we see what that guy's all about. It does not look like elsewhere is that much of an option for us. Ah, there it is elsewhere. Oh. Nice, and I got one more, so I can go ahead and pop that then. Ah, yes, and down attacks. But an enemy hold on R2 and just flop them. Alright, well, no heals. I mean, I can get some potentially, but wow. That's kind of shit I mean. Is that the range of some of your weapons, I will not lie, are a bit deceptive at points. Pop you. And there we go. It's so small, but I just appreciate so much for this game, just letting you be able to hit enemies as they're getting up. It's just so frustrating when it in like the normal Souls-likes, where it's like they give the enemies iframes after you do your big attack on them and as they're getting up, because it kind of just causes you to lose stamina. Frozen Man's Letter. My Elise and Charlotte, my treasure. Can't hear anything. I think the streets are already dead. Nothing but silence. Soon that I too will become just another petrified corpse soon. I still remember the sound of your singing voice and the sight of Charlotte looking at picture books. I saw all of it. Best thing I did when I was alive was send you and Charlotte to the cathedral for shelter. I wish this nightmare was all over. If only you and the kid could come back. But I guess now now it's impossible. I love you, at least. Pray that you're safe there. Damn. Okay, yep, this is where we came out of. And what we got? What we got in the loot? Life amulet. Can we equip from the menu? Yep, amulets. Basically your accessories for this game. So some of them pretty basic, just stat ups or do a little extra effects. They do also have their own weight as well, so increase max HP. Amulet that can be equipped on a puppet. Information and memories that are useful for movement can be imprinted on the symbol to draw out special powers. Slightest blink is enough to make a puppet move. Puppets do not have life, but it is enough to move them. Well. Nice. Stargazer activated. That sounded sinister as shit. Alright. And after we take care of some stuff here, guys, I am going to take a small break. I don't plan to go long tonight. I plan to actually keep it to 3 hours for once in my life. Just because with Souls-likes like these, it feels a lot easier to have a guaranteed just like stopping point. Such as since I've already played this, so I kind of know, but also because we spent a long time playing Ninja Gaiden 3 last night, so I think it's like I just want to kind of pace myself for the next 2 streams, because I am playing more of this tomorrow.
I'll use my power to...
2. Here, let's up health and stamina.
I know my way around a well.
Yep, so every weapon needs 2. So when you upgrade 1, basically, you need 2 moonstones and then 3 for +3. So. Oh, it's this thing. Check records in possession. I don't got no records. Oh, what are you?
That book reminds me. Have you ever heard the fairy tale about a mischievous wooden puppet?
No.
All of Krat knows the story. All because of someone who loved that story more than anyone else.
Oh.
But this is strange. I do not recall. Who exactly was that someone?
I wonder. Who couldn't truly know?
Reminds me. Have you...
Investigate. Start performing. That's a start. But the nice thing about this is that if there is anyone to ever talk to back in Hotel Krat, they will display their names on the actual Hotel Krat thing to show, like, hey, they got new dialogue. Just so useful. Masks. Okay. But that, guys, we will take a stretch break. It's time to go get some more drink and to take a piss. So, BRB. Alright, we are back. Check. Alright. I got me some cheer wine as well. Oh. Hey man, what's up?
Why, hello! I didn't know anyone was alive out here. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a burglar. I'm just crashing in an abandoned house for a while. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble. We survivors need to look out for each other. For your information, I didn't steal this.
I didn't ask. Oh, what do we have here? Electric coil stickhead. Well, if we were to use some ergo stuff, we could get that. Temporarily increase attribute resistance. Attribute resistance ampule. Such an ampule made to enhance puppet's attribute resistances. When used, it enhances resistance to overheat, electroshock, decay, and corruption. Robust defensive position is sometimes better than attacking. The resistance ampule was developed to raise puppets' tolerance to abnormal statuses. Yeah, so while he may have the exact design of the last guy we saw, I think it is basically supposed to imply every merchant you find like this is a different person. Like, they're all just people literally trying to survive out here. Yep. So we get 1,200. We can,
For your information.
I didn't ask, buddy. Good stick. Additional weapons can be placed in our different slot, but this jacks up the your equipment load like nothing else. So until you and honestly, until you basically get to New Game Plus, really, I don't think unless you're carrying like a lot of really small weapons, I have never been able to put a different slot, another weapon in this without it being at least slightly overweight. But anyway, Fatal Alerts. Generate. Greatly increases electric blitz attack temporarily. Okay, so a buffing special. Rush Smash. Jump and powerfully strike downward at the enemy. Okay. Motivity C. Technique D. Advance B. Alright. So really probably not exactly what we're looking for, but, well, it never hurts to try out. Basically, if you're trying to go ahead and get an advanced build going on, well, this could be a perfect first weapon to get you started on that. But, alright, it's basically a club. Dude, is there jumping attacks in this game? No, there's not. Alright. Well, it seems cool, but definitely not what we're for the current stats we got going on right now, but maybe in the future. Damn. I was trying to be cool. Oh, and he was in the way. But, you know, what can I say? We all have our moments. But that is a thing to note as well that I kind of forgot. Yeah, there is another enemy directly in the way of the line wire. You'll bring them to you instead of the one you're targeting. Ah! Also, no, you cannot target your wire at things above you. Your wire can only... Our boy here cannot aim above his head to save his life, so... You had a plan. Anyway. Vanini Krat Landmark Guide 2. This one's attraction, Alchemist Bridge. The Alchemist Bridge is a bridge on Elysian Boulevard in the main way to Krat City Hall. The Holy Ouroboros, the mark of the alchemists, is fittingly engraved into the bridge. This shows that the alchemists are not just a powerful privileged class, but have also dominated tremendous amounts of money across the city. Thanks to the thriving culture of philanthropy in Krat, you can find areas with names of prominent figures. It's like the city's motto, the citizens are the owners of the city. The most widely known attraction is Rosa Isabel Street. It's named after the cultural sponsor, Lady Isabel Monad. If you think about how the lady is married to the leader of the alchemist, Valentinus, you'll think twice about who really is in control of Krat. The union of Krat's old families and the organization of alchemists is shown in this symbolic form, given that the sacred Ouroboros mark is engraved on City Hall as well. It's obvious who owns the city of Krat. Rating 3 out of 5. Good place to learn about Krat's beginning and its essence. Porter Maduro. This guide was made with the support of Vanini Company, but may not reflect the company's opinions. Very much a save our ass disclaimer there, but I get it.
Wait, I can sense something strange.
Huh?
Jeepers. Is that a butterfly?
Is that why you're growing Satan
Why
red?
is the Ergo reacting like that? If you want to check it out, I can take point.
Oh. Kill the butterfly. I can target onto it, so it's gotta go. Dimensional butterfly. Occasionally, a dimensional butterfly will appear in parts of Krat. Monad's lamp can detect the butterfly lighting up red to point out its locations. When the character is near the hiding butterfly, it will appear. After a certain amount of time, the butterfly will disappear into another dimension. Kill it to get useful materials. Basically, you're crystal wizards this game. Some of them later on will get slightly more effects, like an AoE attack and stuff like that, to try and delay you killing it, but yeah. As it simply put, just murk it before it leaves. Alright, so we can either go down to the streets or continue further on. How about let's go down to the streets for a bit. I'm sure nothing bad could go on down there. Bam. Oh. Understood. Alright, so smack them, then back the fuck up. Oh, but it affects them as well. Oh, well, if I hadn't known that. God, it's so brutal. I guess I'm slightly more desensitized to this because when I first saw those attacks in this game, I was like, holy shit, yo, you are messing them up. And then now that I played Ninja Guy, I'm like, oh, well, alright. Man, that pupper just jumped into that electric field. I didn't even need to do nothing.
Like we used to.
Eh? What? Who you be?
Who is it? Is that you, Murphy? Oh, I guess not. Sorry, I thought you were my friend, Murphy.
Very not.
Murphy is a super cool police officer. As a puppet, even the petrification disease can't get him.
Oh no.
I wish I was like him. You should leave so you don't catch the disease from me. If only we could play together like we used to. Murphy, I miss you. If only we... Murphy,
Gotcha. So it's not only the robo-apocalypse, but this petrification disease seems like actually quite serious stuff. So basically, it seems like living in Krat kind of sucks. At least when they reach this point. Workshop Union Standard Installation Converter. Don't mind if I do. Yep, still gonna wait. Out of curiosity, do you actually do anything if I get close to you? Nah. No, they kind of, the trap kind of beats shit like that. Alright, and the officers are walking around with big fuck off swords. Understood. I don't trust this shit for a second. You get your ass over here. that's why. Rude. Yeah, go ahead and just pop it. So just start working on getting another one. And I think that's everything we could find in this streets. There, not all lit up windows have people. Right then, I guess upward and onward then. The person over here. Hello.
This must be your first time in
Oh.
the petrification disease quarantine zone. For most people, this is their last stop.
Oh, shit.
You are a good Samaritan for coming all
Bad,
the way.
and they don't even get a cure for it or anything like that.
I'm one. May I ask you a favor?
Yeah, sure.
My family took my baby from me and sent me here. They said it was for my own good, but it was heartless just the same. A baby must be with its mother. Please go to Krat City Hall and bring me my baby.
Okay. I'll find her.
Thank you so much, kind one. I can finally see my sweet Elena's face again. Please hurry. Hard scales spreading across my eyes.
Oh, and does not sound like a great disease to have.
Before I lose my sight, please.
She said the baby was at City Hall. Should we check it out?
Might as well.
Everybody's safe.
It's hate to be that way. It doesn't look like there's many actual safe places left here. Alright. Understood. Oh shit. There we go. And I forgot, weapon durability is kind of an important thing in this, but should have enough to make the rest of this fight. Oh, never mind. Okay, I forgot when it's cracked in red like that. No, that just means that shit's bad. Just get it under control. Yep, first game over. First death won't be our last. I can guarantee you at least that much. But at least we already got the bottom areas of the streets covered, so we can just make our straight run for it. Yeah, I think I know. You can still dodge while you are blocking, of course, but blocking does still, when you're blocking, your stamina does still recover slower. So let's make our way over yonder and get our rematch in. Probably could just like offer the killing blow, but I don't want to be fancy. I need to get reused to the perfect guarding. The hell? Why does he continue to guard after? Nice, I would broke his stick. Bam. Police baton head and baton handle. Yo, I can have him like a Bobby. Single slash. Gather your strength for one big forward slash. Strike chance. Temporarily increase your attack for the next hit. Okay. Basically a constant. Basically a attack of focus. It's not look like it's got a lot of range. Yeah, it's a pretty basic club moveset. Torn Doodle. It itches, peel the skin, and there's blue blood. Blood. Pretty cocoon, blue angel, joyful appetite, blue death, what a feast. Death, and death. I'm alive. It itches. 4 itchy tasty. Ah, broke your sword, idiot. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's kind of a faster weapon overall than our sword. Maybe we'll look at excuse me. Maybe I'll look into upgrading it later. But want a lot more quick hits in succession, then it can work out. Alright then. Nice. Hit the lever. Oh, hello there.
For your information.
I didn't ask, buddy. You don't have to keep reassuring me. Hey. Yeah, let's say what we didn't actually look at these others. Gemini's Iron Protection. Food for the cricket puppet that receives help from Gemini. When used, death ergo will temporarily be maintained in case of death. The Gemini model was designed so it could be fed ergo to build affinity. However, no one could imagine that this model had another ability that was even more special. It's okay, pal. Gemini's looking out for you. Food for the cricket puppet that receives help from Gemini. When used, when there's death ergo to reclaim, it reduces the ergo loss from being hit. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, so as well on like when you're trying to regain your ergo, If you also get hit on your way to reclaim it, you lose out on some of your mechs. The Gemini model was built so they could be fed, ergo to build affinity. Alright, no one could have predicted. Huh, I completely forgot about that aspect to it. Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of like, so that way, you can still totally just make a break for it to get it back, but there are some areas where that's slightly harder than others. In case you never know if you can level up or not, just look in your top right. If your ergo is ever blue like that, that means you can level up if you head back to Hotel Krat. It's quite handy. I'm back.
I'll use my power to help you.
Goodness, we got 2 more. Here, let me up my motivity and then some HP. And I don't think there's... Well, no, there's something else we could do here.
I know my way around.
So what are necessarily the stats on this thing? Oh, motivity B, technique D. Well, fair enough. Alright, so here we can upgrade the, we can upgrade our greatsword, and then we could still, oh, no, we know we have enough, but I don't feel like spending some to get it. And then next time we get some more, we can, kind of upgrade the baton, give us a second weapon to use. I don't know. The range on it is definitely iffy for me. Because it, you know, the greatsword, I already have to feel like kind of have to get uncomfortably close in some situations because its main move is stabbing. But with that one especially, it's like, oh. Also, I don't know if y'all can see in the loading screen, but we'll see next time. But the loading screen is his nose growing to fill the loading bar. Oh yeah, that's as well. If the enemy ever has a dedicated blocking move as well. And that's also another way of breaking their weapon. As far as I can tell, we've seen everything. Did I go down? Did I go down this way? Yeah, because that's a shortcut. Back to the main area. Oh, what's here? Warning: petrification, disease, quarantine zone. No trespassers. Everyone is a patient. Did that say it was a lunatic? Is a patient or a lunatic? Do not speak to them. Oh, jeez. Well, damn, guys, you don't gotta be fucking rude about it. Benini's urgent repair tool. I believe that's a stat, like an auto, durability repair. Purge puppets. Eh. All puppets must be destroyed. Yo, who took the effort to shove a whole candlestick down?
Come out, Gepetto! You've got a lot to answer for!
Hi.
You know what caused the puppet frenzy, don't you? You're their maker, practically their father!
Mad Donkey.
You and the alchemist scheming together. Tell me the truth! What's your problem? I'm here for the old man. Get lost.
Well, I'm also here for the old man, so you get lost.
I know Or more like I know what you
Nah,
are.
nah, man, I'm just chill like that.
You're
It's-
the devil's puppet.
that shit.
You can't sneak past me. Die!
Oh. Well, gotcha, sir. All right. Go next boss, Mad Donkey.
Are you a dream or a nightmare? Stop showing up already.
Damn.
Cursed puppet! Back again!
Alright, nice. As well, it's got less range overall. And nice, we hit him just enough to get him into a stagger state. And it seems like it deals a lot less damage now.
I demanded the truth. Now I feel bad for my comrade.
Alright then. What's up, Daddy-O? You alright? At least I assume. Oh yeah, that is technically our... We did just actually kill a human. Didn't even think about that aspect. Nope, that's straight up two rules we've broken now.
Finally, we meet, son. It's a dream come true. Seeing you like this.
Yes,
I
Papa.
understand why some people despise me. I invented the puppets after all. I should take responsibility as their maker.
Yeah,
But
just
in
dead.
order for me to do that, I need to take care of the puppets at City Hall. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful.
Oh. Mad Donkey's hunting apparel, Mad Donkey's mask, Krat City Hall key, and something else that went by too fast. Enigma assembly tool. Tool that can assemble and disassemble weapons blade and handle. Weapon assemble is available through Stargazers and Eugenie. I think that was her name. I think that's how you pronounce it. When dealing with a non-human enemy, it was necessary to do away with common sense. The workshop and the Stalkers assembled various blades and handles, focusing on making the greatest weapons. Oh yeah, we never read this. An emergency repair tool made by Venini immediately restores weapon durability. An emergency repair tool that Venini made supports Stalkers. Regrettably, its manufacturing facility was destroyed during the puppet's occupation, so it has become a rare item. Yep, but as well, so there's two different costume accessory things. You can have some glasses, type items, or you can have some head apparel. We will not be wearing the donkey mask. We'll rock the his clothes for a bit, and it's better than schoolboy.
I want to hear all about your experiences, but now isn't a good time.
My experiences, I've been killing a lot of things.
To open the bridge door.
Then get rid of the frenzied puppets that have seized City Hall. We'll catch up at Hotel Krat when you're done.
Understood.
I want to hear. Use the stalkers. We'll catch up.
I don't think we got his weapon. Yeah, that was. I mean, to be fair, I did basically crack the blade in half, so we probably couldn't have used it anyway. Yeah, but now that little tool we have opens up to one of this game's more unique mechanics.
So about that weapon assembly tool you were talking about.
Take it away, Jimmy.
If you find any more weapons, let's try using them here.
Assemble weapons. So, weapon assemble. Assemble weapons through Eugenie at the hotel or at the Stargazers in different areas. Separate your weapons into blade and handle, assemble them into new weapons that match your character's battle style. The weapons features are decided by the handle and blade combo. So this is a bit weird, basically. So I'll try to explain this. So, new weapon assemble. So you only have one of each blade and one of each handle, unless basically you manage to buy 2 different weapon types, which rarely ever happens. You can only really do that with your introductory weapon and when you enter New Game Plus. But basically, weapons are broken up into 2 different parts, their blade and handle. So what the blade does here is, as the stats you can see, so the top of a weapon or the blade basically affects like it has its base damage, it has the rate that it charges pulse cells, so when you're out of heals, and your fable charge. So how much fable you get per hit, and as long as along with that, guard abilities showing you your guard reduction. And of course, as I pointed out earlier, each blade has its own fable art attached to it. Handles are where things get slightly more interesting. So handles are what determines the stats of your weapon. So, for example, our Greatsword of Fate handle here, it's focused on motivity and technique. And unless we got a Eugenie to crank it into something else, basically, it stays like that. So the easy way to think about this is blade is for damage, like just pure damage, and then handle is what you have to focus on for the stats. And of course, each one comes with their own different fable art. Now, the thing to keep in mind as well, though, what determines a weapon's attack style, so like how the weapon swings and all that, is the handle. So for example, if I do the Wintry Rapier's handle and I slap on my Greatsword of Fate, also don't worry, it's not like you use this and it's a permanent thing. You can mix around all you want. So I now have my blade attached to the rapier handle. So now, because I'm using the rapier's handle, despite me using my blade, basically, it's all I'm going to do is stab with the weapon, because that's the handle's attack style. But it has no reminiscent of my previous weapons. So the handle determines how you attack. Now, one of the more annoying aspects of this is that it's kind of a gameplay system I don't like. I get why it exists, but I don't really like it all that much. The thing to pay attention to when it comes to your blades is the attack type. So the attack type there shows you what style or basically the weapon is going to be better at. So there's 2 types. There's slash and then there's stab. So for example here, my Greatsword of Fate blade, and just to explain how this works. So basically, if it has 1 slash on it, that means it's slightly below average. A full equal sign basically means average. So it's like this is something. So like in case of this, it's like the slash on my Greatsword of Fate blade, slightly below average, but its stab is average, basically, just equal to. The Puppet Saber, however, for example, its slash is, well, I guess the one line isn't what it would be wrong to say below average. It's just fine. is a way to put it. But like the puppet saber, because it's a saber, its slash is fine basically, but its stab is horrible. That's what that double arrow down means. So for example, if I were to assemble this puppet saber, basically, this is not a good weapon. Because I am stabbing and I'm going to be doing significantly less damage because the rapier only stabs. So with this weapon that's bad at stabbing, well, I'm not getting much out of it. And the thing basically about this menu is, what it comes down to is that every weapon you pick up is basically counts as it's already assembled. So, but what that basically means is, if you want to just like take apart every weapon and then start making your own combos at that point, then you can do so. You know what? Let me see something real quick. Oh yeah, but if you do disassemble a weapon combo that you already had. There, so I can actually put on the baton. So now this is actually working a lot better with the weapon's slashing properties. So I'm gonna actually rock this. The only other thing of note basically is that the upgrade stones, the moonstones you're using to upgrade your weapons, only affects the blades. You do not need to upgrade the handles at all. It is only the blades that are getting up to +2s, +3s, and all that. Yeah, so then if we wanted for the Great Sword of Fate, does both a stab and a slash. Basically nothing would be good for that. Well, but see, basically now this of course means that we now have a weapon that can also, with its different Fable arts, we can now do our Link Slash, because that's the blades. And then Strike Chance, a buff I'm much more interested in using. And I think that's about it. Oh no, so the only other thing to note is basically the blade of the weapon as well affects the speed of the weapon. So for example, you might notice because I've tacked on a giant ass fucking hunk of metal to the baton instead, it's still got decent speed, but I believe it is slightly slower. When it comes to like weapons of like giant proportions, it becomes a lot more obvious. But if you slap on much more giant blades onto smaller handles and such like that, then it's like the overall weapon of the speed is slower. That aspect doesn't affect damage, but basically, of course, it affects how often are you going to get your hit in, or how comfortable are you doing that. And I think now that covers everything. I went down that path because it was a bit of a learning experience for me when I was doing this, because when this first popped up, I was like, what the fuck is going on? But it generally is one of those things that, like, just, if you ever play the game, just take some time, just play around with some weapon combinations, and it'll all start just, like, being very, very easy to understand. The biggest thing to understand, though, is that when you disassemble your weapons, and you don't put them back together, they're not selectable as weapons you can use. So because I've separated all of them, basically all I have available to me is my baton blade combo I've created.
I'll use my power to help.
I know my way around.
Yes, and you can also assemble weapons with Eugenie here. Okay. But I don't even have enough moonstones for that, so we're pretty alright. Oh, say, let me see here. Yeah, let me advance some more advance, basically. So we don't have a lot of elemental weapons at this time, but I'm more so thinking ahead of time. Yes, but Krat City Hall, let us head over yonder. Bread immediately decreases your character's HP recovery through pulse cells. Yes, we'll get into all the statuses when we get there. By the way, the statuses in this game suck ass. Like they should, but I hate them when we start encountering them. Mostly because they do more than just like what would be the typical status effect in most of these types of games. Like, damn. Yeah, but I actually really do like this system, and I think it's really cool and really unique, because it's like, it's okay now just because we don't have any like really like big weapons, but like it later on in the game when you get so many different options for handles and movesets and all that, it's when you really can start cranking out the creativity, being like, oh holy crap, I mean I could start doing this whole moveset with this weapon because it has an elemental property I like, and attaching this, and then I can motivity, and then I can crank it to turn it more dexterous so it applies more of my stats and all that. It's like it becomes an immediate rush, just because not only are you determining how, you know, weapons damage its style and all that, but you know, like how does the thing actually work? I just have an issue with the different attack, like the fact that it's like they take into account like what weapons are better at stabbing and slashing. I get it. I think it kind of like ruins some creativity of some options and such, just because look, I get it, the giant round club ain't gonna be that great for stabbing, but I think it's like it kind of takes out the possibility of some wacky combinations that you can really do with this. Also, holy shit, buddy. Well, that ain't great. Because there's totally be some things that I think as well, it's like, I totally had under my first playthrough, it's like, well damn, I really like this idea of a weapon combo because it gets me like elemental stuff, and well, I need electricity, but it just doesn't work with any of the handles I have because no stabbing, no slashing and all that. It's a bit of a downside in the system, but like this, it's never gonna be a case where you'll ever feel like, man, I don't have a lot of options to choose from or work with. So I know this game will give you plenty. Yep, and the nice thing about this baton is that its strong attack is only a single strike, so hitting stagger points is a lot easier.
Oh no. No survivors here.
Broken baby puppet.
What do we do? Just give her that baby puppet?
I guess. He's due to be gone anyway. I figure maybe we can give her some kind of comfort. As I say that, as thunder rains behind me, I think that's a bad omen. Mr. Vanini's ambition to make a jolly police mascot puppet for City Hall ended in failure. Ended in failure. His passion to make a trustworthy friend for the citizens and strong officer who overpowers criminals was in the right place, but it turned out to be excessive. The new police officer's puppet's overcharged storage battery exceeded its capacity, causing chain explosions, malfunctions, and serious body damage. Ooh. City Council recommended disposing of the puppet on the grounds that its appearance intimidates visitors, but Mr. Vanini and the taxpayers protested, halting the council's plan in its tracks. The puppet still lies abandoned behind City Hall to this day, while the lawsuit is ongoing. The interesting thing is, even when the puppet is unattended, it performs a number of its mascot roles. It is especially popular with kids, and even appears to react and respond to the playing of children. However, it has led to more slum children entering City Hall and causing inconvenience to visitors. City Council is considering exhibiting the puppet only occasionally as a means to restrict entry. Yeesh. Well, Stargazer right there. I suppose we could just use that, and then we can go check back up on the lady. And unfortunately, it's not like Bloodborne though, where you can't keep attacking the corpse as it's going down before it starts ragdolling to get back your HP. Very unfortunate, but understandable. Puppet Destroyer's Amulet. Increases damage inflicted on puppets. Whoa! Sign me up. An amulet that can be equipped on a puppet. Information and memories that are useful for movement. Okay. Crush, crush, crush. The executioner puppet didn't know the reason or significance, but carried out his role. Well, that don't bode well. But I'm sure it's all fine. This isn't a Stargazer. Spectre. Use a star fragment and a Krat's Calling next to the boss area. Well, thank you, game. Summon a Spectre. It'll help your character in the boss battle. Yeah, so this game doesn't have co-op, basically, but if you're struggling really hard with a boss, and you feel like you just need some assistance, then yeah, use the Spectre, pretty much. And I'll be realistic with you guys. In this playthrough, there is a boss around the end of the game that I struggled with so hard I needed to use a Spectre on. In this playthrough, I intend to avenge my past self. And I intend to do every boss without having to go to a Spectre. So like, if we have issues, well, we do it like Wukong, and we suck. And we suffer till we win. Well, hot damn. Oh! Yeah, I can see why this thing might be a tad bit frightening. I do have to ask, was the claws added during the Robo-Apocalypse, or was that just naturally on it? Alright then, here's our next boss. Scrapped Watchman. And he's speaking a bunch of gibberish. Damn. Yep, and now it's got phase 2. Yep, and now when it attacks, it can leave behind an electric trail. It's not an immediate strike though, so you do have a chance to get your attack in and then get out of the way. Now, unfortunately, that's a bit of a different story. I do believe that's a grab attack, so be careful of that because it fucking hurts. So I think we got this shit. I don't know if you can dodge grabs in this game. Does it go red? So I think so, but damn, held it and got my ass. Ah, it's so close. Lie or die. Well, at the very least, that gives us an opportunity to go ahead and just go return the, return in quotes. It wasn't actually her kid. I don't like how the thunder is coming in as I talk about these things. I think it's telling me that I'm doing something wrong. But, oh boy, I need to up my stamina though. Yeah, let's just say quarantine's over here. Hi, doggy. Bad robo-pupper. Hey, girl.
You found her, kind one. I could sense her from miles away. Oh,
Yeah.
my sweet Elena. Please let me hold her. There, my baby.
Oh, I never even noticed. She actually is holding her hand out.
What do you think? Isn't my baby adorable?
That's a puppet. She's a cute baby.
That's right, kind one. You've granted me my only wish. My sweet Elena. We're going to be happy now. Thank you so much, kind one. Please accept my heartfelt gratitude.
Feel. Springs are reacting. Records you obtain while playing the game can be played using the gramophone at the hotel. You can listen to the music on the records to obtain humanity. Obtain humanity, huh? Oh. I wanted to talk to her one more time. And did she give us something else? Or was it just feels? Okay, I think it was just feels. Alright, we can't talk to her anymore. Roger. Well, time to go kill us a police robot. Just give it time, game. Soon my stamina will be so good and so high I can run across this entire map. No, I won't. Honestly, I think the stamina gain, if I remember right, is pretty pitiful in this game. Like, you gotta put a fair, you gotta work at a fair amount to like really get it up there. Oh, nice, hidden moonstone. Well, I think it said we needed 4 for the, Here, let me check. I want to make sure if it's 3 or 4 to get a weapon up to, +3. Oh, here. Can I get rid of the game overlay? The loading screen's his nose. It's his schnoz. Hello.
I know my way around a well.
Alright, it's 4. Yeah, we definitely don't got enough to upgrade ourselves, so. Alright, let's go to City Hall and oh crap. Well, we can get that. We can get that on our way back. It's all good. It's all according to Keikaku. By the way, Keikaku means plan. Krat City Hall, cloudy morning. Yep, and now that we know we're just fighting a boss, it's time for the boss run. Bitch. Oh yes, and the nicest thing that they could do in this game, they just plop your, if you die in a boss arena, they just plop your ergo back from him. Oh, I forgot. Oh, the fog wall's like a glass thing. Oh, it's so good. So I'm messing up my timings here. I'm about to have to play my best because I'm on nothing but refills now. Yeah. I gotta remember when he started like reach around that just grab. It's much better I just dodge it than risk the block. Yeah, I don't think he does that grab during his first phase, so it's only a second phase thing that I should worry about. But if he cocks his right arm back and he holds it for a bit, yeah, he's about to grab. Oh, that's right, I unlocked the shortcut right here. So yeah, I'm supposed to say I know I unlocked something. Yeah, but I appreciate so much the fact that they just put your ergo right there. Just because what it means is that it's like, if you get like a level up amount and you ended up going to a boss arena that you didn't know you were about to enter, it's like perfect because then you can just grab it and then go level up or use it for whatever you need. Rather than just constantly getting screwed over and over and over again, having to feel like you have to win. Yep, it's always good when he strikes the ground that he does his thunder shenanigans. Damn it! You bitch! I kept me long enough just that I missed out on my Yep, luckily last stop on that Fable arc is a breaks him. Well, let's screw that up. Oh, get back. Almost forgot. He does a lot of lightning. Yeah, backed right into it. Ah, damn. Yeah, I probably could have got him if I didn't screw up on the when he grabbed me. No issue though. Hey, I got his number. I was like, the funny thing about like some of the bosses sometimes in this game though is that I've had like sometimes where like I end up screwing up so bad at the start of some of these fights that I go through all my healing and then most of my fight is spent like on the refilling the first blast mechanic. And sometimes it goes, and sometimes on my first playthrough, it actually, some of those fights went incredibly well. Alright, good. I was about to say, I was worried I was about to lose out on it. Let's take, yeah, so let's say if I'm dodging, get out of the ring. Ah, fucking blockable ass. Bitch, don't you fucking grab me. Oh, thank goodness. Now, that being said, though, every time it does refill, I do believe it gets significantly slower with each consecutive refill, so it's not like you can rely on it forever. At some point, it'll just become way too much for the fight. I got too greedy. Yes, just slam my face in. Keep getting so close. I keep getting so close, and then one thing happens after another. He does my face in. No, that was just because I got greedy. And I wanted to try and get it. I wanted to try and get a charged, a buffed up heavy attack in. Look, what can I say? I love big damage. Alright. Round, whatever the hell this is. Go. So say, please do it. There is always those times where it's like, oh god, please, still do it. It can be a bit finicky in that case. Yeah, the issue is basically like when you are trying to back up, you are kind of basically just dodging him blind. Damn it! Ow! 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 I'm surprised I managed to actually time that. Like I say, pro gamer. Oh. There's no point in being perfect guarding now. You just dodge at this point. Damn it! Eliminated. Overcharged storage battery. Broken heroes ergo. Core. Huh. Although I am kind of glad I got Krat a second time so I could start timing the fucking frying pan noise with that. Alright, we'll got another quartz, whatever that's used for. Overcharged storage battery, Legion arm core part. Scrap Watchman's central core, Legion arm with immense power can be crafted by Eugenia or Benini craft machine. Plan of Krat City Hall's Watchman ultimately failed. The Watchman, whose storage battery had swelled and back had bent horribly, became an angry judge and swept through Elysian Boulevard. Core, premium core part. Key part that can activate the P organ. Activating the P organ allows cores to be equipped. P organ is the quintessence of the brilliant craftsman Gepetto's puppet skills. Rare parts are necessary to develop devices like this. Small wooden officer. Puppet. Shapeless toy carved from wood and painted over. It has the strange appearance of a hunchback, but it was obviously made with care. Winter abandoned by the adults, the children let go. Their childhood survive. Spring, the broken police puppet accompanied the children's whistles and restored the children's laughter. Summer, the children made Murphy by carving wood and painting him with stolen paint. Fall, Murphy, who received Murphy as a gift, never let go of it. Well, I think we already know who we can give that to, so let's, before I head back, let's go ahead and take care of that. Then whenever we take care of our stuff at Hotel Krat, we'll call that a part. I think that's a perfectly fine point to end on. Besides, we'll be playing some more tomorrow. God, this game's so good. I'm so pumped to be back in this. In case people have not picked up on it, or really, this is my second playthrough of this. I've never, I basically played it the one time, and I did get the true ending in this, which is what I will be aiming for this playthrough, of course. Mostly because the true ending contains the actual final boss. I believe it was, I went down here. Ow. Fuck, I forgot you were up here. No, it was down this way, I believe. Yeah, I think it was. Hello?
If only we could play together like we used to. Murphy, I miss you.
Would you like it? Would you like?
If only we could, Murphy.
Oh, never mind. I guess he doesn't want the doll. Yep, Hotel Stargazer. Like I said, I think if you use this item, it straight up gives you back your you keep your ergo to it. Records are obtained while playing the game can be played using the gramophone at the hotel. You can listen to music on the records to obtain humanity. Feel.
You saved Gepetto. Wonderful.
Yep.
He's on the second floor. He can hardly wait to see
Oh.
you. I'll use my power to help.
2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 upgrades in this? Alright. Here, we'll put 2 into health and then 3 we can put elsewhere. Then put 2 in vigor and then 1 in the motivity.
Traces of high-powered energy originating far away. That's
Uh-oh.
one mystery solved. Why don't we make a Legion arm with it? Mr. Vanini is the expert when it comes to Legion arms, but I'm pretty sure I can make
Well,
one.
if you say so.
Puppets get fried easily by electricity. If you use an electric Legion arm, it'll make your life easier.
Fallenness. Which Legion arm? Scales more motivity and advance. Laser arm that holds powerful electricity accumulates electric blitz and discharges an electric shock. Lightning has been interpreted as God's authority and fury since ancient times. Now God's fury descends to the earth and is being used to destroy steel monsters. That's pretty badass. I've never actually read these descriptions until now, so... And we will be attempting to get every record in the game and listen to it. Getty. Oh. Oh. I think we'll just spend some time just listen to the last bit of this. Rise. Oh, your springs are reacting. Oh.
Ah, you've
But I have.
Forgive a sentimental father for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me. Even when I ask you to do something dangerous.
Yeah, but I mean, I got the tools to handle it.
There's a factory just beyond Elysian Boulevard.
Oh.
It's packed with countless puppets.
Sounds like a good place to get some resources.
The inventor Vanini went to stop them.
Ah.
But he never came back. Please go save him and shut down the factory. P organs are the source of your powers. Collect quartz to get the strength you need.
That's what my heart looks like. So that explains what that thing was at the title screen. I'm sorry, it doesn't sound more like just inside of there.
The hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only refuge in a city full of perils. It'll be extremely dangerous if anyone has ill intentions.
I imagine a lot of people have ill intentions.
Tell about this place, especially if they're stalkers or alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people, and always be a good boy to me.
I know, I'm kinda getting the sense shit's real rough in the city and everyone's real desperate. Anyway, use the P organ slots to activate your character's latent abilities. Equip quartz on the P organ to obtain its corresponding effect. Equip quartz in each of the slots in a single group. You can gain the group's synergy effect. Each time these synergy effects of two groups are activated, the next step is unlocked. You can get a greater variety of effects as you take your P organ to higher phases. Yep, so, I will go ahead and say this now. You are not getting all of these. When you are making your decisions on these things, keep that in full mind. You are not getting all of these. You are not going to be able to fill out, at least as far as I'm aware, quartz. There's a finite amount of quartz per playthrough. And it does not fill up every slot. This is basically their way of encouraging you to go through New Game Plus and do that. Yep, but link dodge, this is what I was thinking of. So this is how you up your dodge distance. Enable another dodge in the middle of a dodge motion. Yep, but when you use a, yeah, so let's go ahead and just take a look over our first ones here. Alright, increase pulse styles, pretty self-explanatory. Link dodge, basically get a second dodge, but this does still consume extra stamina. Add Fable slot, pretty self-explanatory. Increase staggerable window, increases time of enemy's staggerable status. That's a pretty decent one. And now this is what it means, basically, though, is that not only do you use quartz to activate the actual effects, but you then choose what is basically a secondary buff to slap onto it. And as I would say in there, it's more so beneficial that whenever, it's more so beneficial basically that it's like when you complete one set of them, basically that's like you then unlock the rest. I can't remember exactly how this system works. But basically you should try your best to try and like stack and get one of each on there. So I think, given I'm going big bruiser build, I think I should probably firstly prioritize my damage. It's fatal attack. Yep. Yeah, so now I can no longer, I can't take enhanced fatal attack on anything else. But basically what that means is, so if we fully use all 4 of these, then we could then unlock the next row. So increases enemy staggered duration. Yeah, let's enhance our charge attack. Alright, that
you can get from City Hall to the factory with the key I just gave you. Vanini gave me that key. And now he's missing. Rescue him if you can.
Ah, well.
The city of Krat. It's probably not how you remember.
Nah, this shit's kind of rough.
Ask me any questions, and I'll fill in the gaps.
Well, appreciate it. About Vanini Works.
Vanini Works is the puppet's main base. It's a factory where they manufacture more of themselves. Vanini himself went to stop them, but I'm worried. He's an industrialist, not a fighter.
Gotcha.
Rescue Vanini and shut down his factory. That will deny the puppets their reinforcements.
About St. Frangelico Cathedral.
The cathedral is famous for its wise and kind Archbishop, Andreas. He offers sanctuary to countless refugees there. The thing is, I've lost touch with him. Perhaps no news is good news, but I'm a suspicious sort. And if the puppets push towards the cathedral, it could be devastating. Go save the Archbishop and the refugees before
I'll say, I mean, I'll try, but I mean, it seems like they've already perfectly run over the city, so who knows how, if they are starting their advance. About Malum District.
I don't know what's happening in the Malum District. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood.
The second time we've heard about them.
That's all I know. It was always a run-down neighborhood, but it's descended into anarchy, or worse. I'm hearing rumors of monsters rampaging
Monsters?
through the district. Those poor people.
I mean, I guess...
They need your help, son.
I guess they could be considering the puppets monsters. About Rosa Isabel Street.
Rosa Isabel Street is a stronghold of the puppets. It's a hunting ground where the most dangerous puppets roam.
Gotcha.
I believe it's the epicenter of the puppet frenzy. After all, I detected the strongest wave of ergo there. Especially for someone as precious as you. It's a perilous place. And when you walk a dangerous path, my son, it's best to take it one step at a time.
Well, in my case, I take it one dodge and perfect guard at a time. But I get what you're saying. Also, fun fact, they give you shortcuts.
Now that we have a moment to talk,
Yeah.
you must understand. The city is on its deathbed.
You're telling me, lady.
Vegetation disease spreads too fast, and the puppets rampage everywhere. Nobody knows what caused the disaster. Everyone in Krat is just trying to survive. That's why I found you. Our only hope, Gepetto's puppet. We're both unique. I am able to wield the power of ergo. Power
Yeah, so
I
you're
only
like able to manipulate it or something?
That's all I can say for now. Please, save
Oh, well, gotcha. I like your coat, by the way. That's a nice coat. I like the little butterfly
I'll
pendant.
use my power to help you.
Hold on then. Let me see. Can I upgrade it all?
You're going to the fact he's the richest
Check.
man in Krat. A little eccentric, maybe, but a good person. I heard he went to shut the factory down. I hope he's safe. I wouldn't want to lose my best customer.
Sorry about that. I forgot. I usually forget. I think because they have actual talk prompts, they'll put new dialogue there, but no.
I know my way around the web.
And sometimes it just gets a bit jumpy. See, like that. No, we only got one other moonstone. Okay. About Vanini.
Mr. Benini is the richest man in Krat. His company manufactures most of Krat's exports. He's, peculiar, but a good-hearted man. Even though he's rich, he treats every employee with respect.
Yeah, Joe.
I heard he went to shut the factory down. I hope he's safe. I wouldn't want
I was
to
saying, he's gotta be he's gotta be pretty selfless in that regard if he's willing to go there himself, but it's also sadly probably the case of the only person that can.
That sounds very dangerous. Gepetto usually isn't so reckless. The pain of his grief may be clouding his judgment. I shouldn't have said that. You and Gepetto are always welcome at this hotel. Gepetto's room is on the second floor. You can stop by whenever you like.
Gotcha. Well, I just came from there.
You'll have no idea so many thanks for keeping.
But buddy, you can use the other arm. Like, I know it's a big robot arm, but like, oh, okay. Okay. You got anything new to say, man?
Welcome to Hotel.
Nah, you just be a puppet, so of course you just be on that service. Service.exe. Alright. So now let's just take this time and check out this fullness. Okay, well, gotcha. So you can let go of it prematurely, so we can then get it off an early blast. But otherwise, we can do a full charge. And it's pretty, here just show, basically, and it's pretty, resource friendly in terms of Legion bar. Kind of roughly on par with the string. Well, gotcha. Well, guys, I think that is a good point to call this. So, thank you very much for anyone that tuned into this turn. I really appreciate it. I'm very excited to continue this. I love this game, and I'm so excited to like be able to play it and stream this. And I'm so ready for the DLC later this year. Yeah, what I should really do, actually. Yeah, you know what? Weirdly enough, I think like this song would be perfect for our outro. Now I can't do this. I can't do it because I'd have to switch to BRB. But I think in the future, because I can manually change like records and stuff in this hub world, I may just put in a capture card audio on the BRB section. But otherwise, we'll play our Tales of Grace's "I Want to Protect You." But that, guys, is our very first start to Lies of P. Very excited to continue streaming some more of this tomorrow, and I'll talk about our schedule updates and such about the week during next stream. So, but that, I wish everyone a wonderful night, and remember, kids, perfect guard is always a viable option. Bye bye.